fairly recently I was discussing, pen testing and all that kind of stuff, and they said, well, what's the scope? And I said, try and get in. And they said, well, what are we testing? I said, is that not what you're supposed to tell me?
Well, I had fun. I was working in one department as the red team, and I went and got a dictionary, a hacker's dictionary.
Yeah.
This is...
Hi, Mr. Obama. I have a present for you.
Hey!
My teapot doesn't work!
Good evening, guys. Welcome to episode, and we've forgotten because we've done that many, so we think it's 24.
Say in German.
What?
24.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make it different, because we don't know.
Well, exactly. We've totally lost count. We've done that many, so thank you with us for being with us all the way. But Daniel, the business of the podcast.
Yes, and here we go. Thank you all, subscribers, new subscribers. It seems that our population. I'm not having a baby. Audience. Yeah, thank you. Is growing.
Yeah.
So thank you all. I'm not sure if it's because we're giving away free merchandise, hats, umbrellas.
It's certainly helping.
And some of them are signing. But thank you to Extelligence.com, who power Info Matters podcast. Quite a few positions available at the moment, quite urgent positions.
Yeah.
Looking for data analysts and also Windows server engineers. So if you're out there, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Just click in the link below, click in the box to Extelligence.com and have a look. Or if you know anybody that's looking, you could get yourself a referral fee. So this week, we have got one of the most interesting podcasts to date when we were discussing supercomputing.
Way back in the start,
I think it's called Blue Jeans, and it's not the item of clothing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Blue Jeans. We've got back
our man,
Ward Lemke.
Yeah, exactly. That was your cue, by the way.
Welcome back, my man.
Hey,
Ward, it's always a pleasure, and it's
good
one of my favourite subjects, a theme that spans any and all cybersecurity things, that of attack vectors. And I thought best that we just took to our guest and we get a definition of attack vectors, as if we didn't know, but please give us a definition of an attack vector.
Well,
you
can go to the MITRE framework, which has about
No.
Yeah, I know.
And sleep.
For those out there, before we go to a MITRE attack framework, imagine you get an Excel spreadsheet, blank, and you go 100 rows across and 100 columns down. You put all the squares in, and then you put them different colours.
Yeah. That's basically
it boils your blood.
Absolutely. 3 months of mind-numbing fun. Sorry.
Yeah, so let's not do that.
Nah.
Okay.
So what is an attack vector, I suppose, is the first question.
Well, so I would start with doing attack vectors from the red team side viewpoint.
Okay. You might have to tell our viewers
the
red
blue.
exactly.
So in my security experience, I've been fortunate to be on the red team most of the time.
That's the fun one.
So you have the blue team, who's
hence the colours today. And Kenny, we're on the blue team.
I was going to say I'm always on the
blue
red team.
team.
For those who know and can see.
So the blue team's responsible for defense. So they are setting up the defensive systems, but the red team is the offense. So they pretend that they're the hackers, and they try to think like hackers and try to attack.
Is that like our producer who loves cricket and he's from Pakistan and America beat them? Is that because their offense is rubbish?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so he's on the blue team. Pakistan, you're blue.
You'll get that, Mr. Producer.
Sorry, Wade.
Yeah. So from the red team's viewpoint, you have to kind of know the individual, the type of person who's attacking you.
Right.
Okay.
So the red team consists of distinct groups. So the first group is what we call the script kiddies. These are
teenagers.
Inexperienced
well,
people.
it is Pride Month. Respect.
So the script kiddies have found something on the internet on how to hack. Tools written by somebody else. And they just launch them almost randomly.
Yeah.
They're usually just having fun. That's their whole motivation.
They're playing at it. Their motivation isn't financial.
So there's like one of the most common attack vectors from cyber criminals is just fun.
Yes.
Really?
By far the largest by volume is the script kiddies.
The ones that are experimental and trying it and what does this button do type stuff, yeah?
Yep.
They'll never get in this bunker, though.
No,
Yep.
no. Don't know where
This
we
bunker is too secure.
This bunker's sound.
Exactly.
So the next group is the actual kind of the lone wolf hackers. These are individuals that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're either, because they're a lone wolf, they're not generally financial. They tend to be more.
Are they doing it for their benefit to see if they can do it?
They can. They
they're
do what
checking
they
they can do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So
It's like you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
You're not networking it within.
exactly.
You want to see if you can actually
You
do it
want
for
to
your
see
own
if you've got the
self.
capability, so you don't gratification that sort of stuff. Yeah.
You want to prove your skills,
Yeah.
improve your knowledge. You know, it's part of an ego thing.
That's like cellar, corner of a room, dark. I am weird.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
Unfortunately, we experience this every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so the next group is the actual organized groups. These are either for financial gain, so kind of the organized criminals.
Yeah.
Non-ethical.
Yeah.
Or
Certainly not ethical.
they have a social agenda that they want to push forward. Anonymous is the most well-known of these.
And they push the ethical message against those who they claim are not ethical.
Yeah. They either want to graffiti somebody's website,
Yeah.
they want to bring down a website.
Stop oil.
Oh yeah.
Please,
No.
please don't graffiti Stonehenge. I mean, that's
Please.
just
That's
not
just insane.
right.
Yeah.
Ring the bell, subscribe, and put a comment below. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And bear in mind that if you do stop fossil fuels, your camera will stop working and you won't be on the internet because there's no internet because there's nothing to power it. Have a quick think
about that.
Yeah, how about that? We all agree on this table.
And back in the room.
And the gravel's been hit.
Exactly.
So they have a varied reason for attacking. You know, either the financial,
they're motivated.
the social. So let's see, we've done those three. The next group is the state actors.
Yeah. State sponsored.
These are the very dangerous ones.
Yeah. They're well financed.
We're talking now in the governmental sector. We're talking
primarily governmental,
yeah.
but there are businesses that actually do this as well.
Well, I mean, we've all worked in industries where the red team, the blue team is ethical hacking.
Yeah.
And most of the hackers that, apart from yourself, on a red team are actually used criminal expert hackers that are brought in, for those out there, to you basically pay someone forcibly to attack you, so you can identify the gaps.
But of course, they stop at the point where it's before they cause damage. That's the whole point.
Sure, but it's managed.
You do your best not to do any damage.
Of course.
So you're trying to avoid the damage, but because the red team tactics are pretty aggressive, it is quite possible
that they would.
So let's go back to what you said in terms of the governmental field or that kind of area.
Yeah, or corporate organizations do this, and it's quite common actually.
So these are organizations that are for hire, and they will act on whoever's paying them. I guess.
Yeah. Well, in a corporation, they'll have a group of IT professionals who are trying to break into another company's systems to get customer lists, to get
any form
lists.
of data. Yeah.
You know, it's actually quite common. It's not as odd as you think. And then you obviously have the government. Yeah. All over the world, and their intent is to make the world a better place. Moving on.
Yeah.
Which that comes to a question: what are the what are the motivations behind cyber attacks? So you've got finance, you've got
rep or ego,
benefit to a company in terms of getting someone else's IP or drug. I mean, drugs in terms of pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
And then you've got penetration testing.
Yeah.
Oh, the dumping's gone. We're down to the real deal now.
No more data dumps. It's all about
if someone says pen testing, it's not you go to Mont Blanc and scribble.
Absolutely. It's all about testing the penetration.
Which is our security expert.
It's IT code.
The
wife will never figure it out.
Get that into the conversation.
What are you doing tonight? Pen testing.
But one thing I was thinking about, it's all very well, if I may, all the kind of people who are motivated in the various ways that they are motivated, be that financial, reputation, ego.
Yeah.
But what are they going after? Well, we talked about today would be all about a little bit of describing the attack vectors, and of course, attack vectors are a multitude of things. And my definition in my head, tell me if you agree, is anything that is compromisable.
Yes.
Now that could be tech, of course, and that's the obvious candidate. But it could also be people.
Mm-hmm.
And
data
exactly.
By far the
Data is the
biggest.
gold.
And that's the new gold, right? So systems and data, but people.
Of course.
And of course, social engineering features heavily. And,
I mean, what do we all log in every day, authenticate with?
Yeah.
Your name, your Active Directory, but all your details are there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we still have one group, which is
There's
actually
more?
There's actually one group,
more
group, and they are by far the most successful group.
Okay, go on.
That's your own employees.
Oh, Mary in finance and Gertrude
and their motivation is, I just want to do my job, and the stupid VPN is blocking me.
Here we go.
They also have, I'm about to get fired, or I didn't get,
they might have a
disgruntled,
disgruntled employee.
Most of them are just trying to do their job.
Okay, but why would that be a threat? Why?
I know you were just mentioning that.
For example, the website keeps on timing out because my token keeps on expiring, and I have to relog in every 5, 10.
Yeah, my cloud PC in the VDA session.
So the more IT educated ones know how to bypass this.
Prolong the cookie or remove the cookie or something like that.
Yeah, there's some heartbeat methods to keep the cookie alive. You can bypass the VPNs. Yeah. One that I did a lot was the ingress-egress filters through the VPNs. Ingress is incoming, egress is outgoing.
Yeah.
Almost most people in security focus on the first 4 groups that I mentioned, and not the 5th group, which is ingress, coming into the system. They almost always forget that the biggest hacking group is your own internal employees, which is egress, going out.
Which is data going out,
good point, very good point, yeah.
So we had a system, worked for a company, had excellent firewalls and VPNs. Yeah. World-class, global network, bulletproof.
But I had Norman Nesbitt at the end of it.
Uploading stuff to his Hotmail account,
but they forgot that most hackers are your internal employees. Yeah. So we had a problem
without knowing it.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that they are passively. I mean, by definition, they're probably not hackers, but by legal terms,
but it is hacking against corporate guidelines, even though you don't know you're doing it. That's why 90% of cyber attacks are by.
And most of the time, they're the least damaging. Because I've been in this group where we had a perfect firewall, almost perfect. There's almost no chinks in the armor. But when I went home, I had problems getting in to do administrative tasks. Because the VPN, it was so secure that I couldn't open up terminal sessions.
Right, drop your SSH.
But then again,
technically I wasn't on call, but I'm still an admin. I still have to.
Sure.
So we had set up a system where I would, from my house, from whenever there was a issue detected by the system, it would send me a terminal session. So I'd be sitting down and I'd get a notice on my phone that incoming terminal session.
Right.
This is wrong. And then a terminal session would pop up because they didn't monitor outgoing terminal sessions. They only monitored
incoming egress and not the out.
Yeah.
You got egress again.
So we were technically hacking the system. We weren't supposed to do this.
But this was by design. Surely.
I told security.
That was a massive oversight, I think.
Yeah, so hang on. When you said the system sent you a session, that was your engineering. That wasn't by design.
We wrote all the code.
That's different.
Yeah. And we even told security, and they said that will never work. We told the blue team. We told the blue team. We said, okay.
Yeah. Where I'm on holiday. What team you on? Red.
When red team tells you this and the blue team something, they should really listen.
I mean, we did it a lot. We had the MITRE, vector attacks, the whole build those lines, and we ethically paid within the company hackers on the red team to attack us, and that's when you use the vectors to identify where the gaps are in minutes. Yeah.
And actually, fairly recently, I was discussing pen testing and all that kind of stuff, and they said, "Well, what's the scope?" And I said, "Try and get in." And they said, "Well, what are we testing?" I said, "Is that not what you're supposed to tell me?" And all that kind of stuff. And they said, "Well, we need to know what we're hacking." No, you don't.
Here's what you're hacking. There you go.
Why don't I give you? I'm not going to tell you.
That's like giving the code away to the secret.
Well, exactly. Yeah, right. I'm not going. No, that's not the point.
I mean, if you look at the MITRE framework.
And sleep.
It has the answers in there, but it has 10,000 items.
It's buried.
And as a hacker, I'm going to pick one.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, a lot of hacking is you take one item. And then it's launched, it goes laterally, it goes all over to find the easiest route in.
Yeah.
So with, we're always going to mention it, the outset of AI.
Yeah.
That just must enhance the capabilities of hackers.
Faster, harder.
A script that learns by itself.
But not how you think. Because most hackers use gaming theory.
Okay.
And one of the best attack vectors is to actually attack the defenses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because once you know how you're defending,
well, you bring in the yeah.
So I'll give you one of my proud red team moments is what I did is we had an intrusion detection system which was active. So when it had an automated defense. So once it detected somebody hacking, it would null route.
Shut them down. Yeah.
It would immediately put a null route all their traffic.
All their traffic goes in a hole.
Yeah. So I told the chief security officer, I'm going to attack this. And he said, yeah, fine. Good luck on that.
Yeah.
So I told him, okay, I figured out something. Are you willing to let me launch this attack?
Wait, the incident response system to light up like a kid with acne.
Yeah. And so when the red team says, I figured out something, can I do it?
Yeah.
To the head security officer, he should know. No, don't.
No. That because
So
that would cause harm.
I implemented what's called a bounce attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found a way through the firewall, and I found a way to get to the DNS server.
Yeah.
And had it bounce a malformed packet at the intrusion detection system, which immediately said our DNS was trying to hack us. And it null routed our DNS.
So all of a sudden you're
confusing your own system to bounce off the DNS server to go.
So the source of the stuff is DNS. So
the intrusion detection system thought our most critical naming, the DNS server just dropped off the internet.
Nice. I mean, that's fairly...
basically rubbing out a domain controller in
butter. It's basically pulling the Ethernet cable in the data center, right?
Yeah.
Around the internet, right? So
and these attacks are actually common. One of the most hacked systems or pieces of software is McAfee.
Yeah.
Because if you hack McAfee, you can it runs at privileged execution level. And it can install all the malware you want.
Wasn't that how McAfee became about with his fame? Was he actually created a Trojan virus?
Yeah, the irony is the AV was
kind of a famous
way back in the day.
Weird stuff. He's a bit weird, but he's on every machine.
It was a virus that ran with elevated privilege, can do what the fuck it wants.
Yeah.
And a lot of
you need me because I've just infected you.
And people are very trusting when your products are
anti-malware.
Well, we were talking before the show.
Yeah.
The three of us. Actually, the producer, but he's gone home crying because Pakistan lost to America in cricket. Is
happens a lot.
Most merchandise as giveaways. We've had umbrellas, hats.
I know where this
is a USB stick or flash media.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, if it's got the CIA on it, or if I find something on the floor, I'm in cybersecurity.
Yeah.
I'll still plug it in my machine. But I don't want to get any incriminating data. But I think Lloyd, you had an example. Or there was an example of senior governmental.
This is
easiest hack ever.
This is
free.
The funniest attack is several years ago. The Russians went to one of these normal government
trade shows or something. Yeah.
And they gave out goodie bags, including a USB stick with the Russian eagle on it. And one of the ministers, I think it was from Norway, I can't remember exactly, actually put it in their computer and complained that the Russians hacked them.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Obama. I have a present for you.
Hey!
My teapot doesn't work.
So...
I mean, that's... But
nuclear launch skills and shit.
Again, it always goes round that the person that you least expect is a work.
Is the one that can end up causing havoc.
He's not doing it on purpose.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's why ports are down. Are locked on most core build computers.
Yeah.
It's not so you can run away with data.
Or I'll email.
It's so that you can't put data on it.
Well, exactly. Or I'll email this document home to my infested PC and work on it and email it back to myself. Ooh.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. But I always think when we talk a little bit technical, we should assume that my mum, is watching.
Because the internet goes at 150 miles
my mum
an
has
hour.
150 miles an hour internet. She recently upgraded to fibre. Welcome to the Ethernet, mother. And I always say, so an attack vector is something. So it's all very well having blue and red teams. What are they going after? And so we talked about attack vectors being anything compromisable.
So a vector is what? It's a measure you take to ensure.
No, it's a thing you attack.
A thing you attack.
Yeah,
so
how you attack and why you attack.
Yeah. So if anything can be an internet connection, a laptop, a tablet, a person, social engineering, of course, is
tailgating, anything.
Anything, a car, anything that is interfaced to the internet, or social engineering doesn't require an interface; it just requires mild abuse. I say mild abuse.
Tailgating. I stole your laptop.
Yeah. Sorry, of course.
You don't need to be on a network.
And actually, I learned this week that an aerosol spray is just as good as a good hacker, because if you use that in front of doors to get into buildings, you just spray it in. The temperature changes inside and door opens.
Yeah.
Yay! So basically, Febreze is a pretty much a good weapon.
And you smell good.
Exactly.
It gives me another good one. I used to work at a company that we had, for our computer room.
Yeah.
We had the thumbprint and all that stuff secure. And it had the nice, pretty glass doors. And there's that light beam that, in front of the doors they keep the door open. Well, there was a gap. So I walked there with a piece of paper, stuck it in, and broke the light beam, and the door's open.
That's Tom Cruise shit, isn't it?
No, and the security guy was like, "Oh shit!
Yeah, I know.
How the hell are we gonna fix that?"
Yeah, there's all these beams everywhere, but there's an arch
but there's
of
a
nothing.
There's a switch off. It's not exactly Mission Impossible. Though,
Hunchback and Notre Dame swinging across rooms with magnifying glass. Just do that.
But who was that guy? When I keep thinking of the music, who danced through the museum and avoided all the lasers. It was quite a good tune. But yeah, he did it by cutting the light beam, that sort of stuff.
Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11. There's a joke there.
But that goes back to, it's the security systems that are generally the most vulnerable component.
Sure.
And therefore the ones that are obvious attack vectors.
Yeah.
So you go after
attack vectors.
Yeah. So you always think you want to get attackers, and that's a bit of a revelation on my part. You always think that people are going around the security systems and the defenses. When in actual fact, if you go
straight at it,
smash through them, disable them, then the world, the doors to heaven.
So you talk. Ward.
So the best defense is actually kind of the smooth wall. So having as little exposed as possible.
Yes.
And using a very simple defense. I mean, firewalls are very simple defense. They stop script kiddies almost in their tracks. They're almost, you have a decent firewall, smooth. Script kiddies are gone.
Right.
Yeah.
They just
that's level 1. Then we're going to level 2.
Yeah.
For the true hackers, VPNs really make it difficult. They just can't get through VPNs because everything's encrypted.
heavily encrypted, single lanes of traffic.
Different.
Yeah, you can go around the world. You can a lot of whitelisting to the interfaces that come from single networks. Yep.
For state level and corporate hacking, you need a policy. This is actually a political policy. I worked at a place where our policy is, if you saw a state level hacker, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything. Walk away.
Really?
Because they are so dangerous. If you
haggle with them, you're just going to make it more like laser focused on you.
Yeah.
Well, you become a target. I guess.
That's what I mean.
I've worked at 2 places. One, I actually caught Israelis hacking us.
Who are predominantly the specialists in hacking.
They're quite good.
They're pretty up there. Yeah.
I couldn't be sure they're Israelis, but the IPs was
Israeli.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a Star of David tattooed on your bum.
Yeah, absolutely. I could have always been spoofed, but I went to the security officer, said, I think it was Israelis. He said, you didn't see anything. We're done.
And we end the conversation.
It's like you see a flash, go.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get focused.
Yeah. Yeah. Because most state level hackers do not want to do any damage. They want to just see what you're doing.
Yeah,
right.
Make sure you no threat to them, basically.
Yeah,
like a drone going over.
Yeah. Just monitoring, right? Reconnaissance. Yeah.
Because I've seen a company that I was working for, another state level hacker got in. They just wanted to see where we were shipping to, what customers were receiving our product.
Okay.
They weren't doing any
damage. What was the product?
I'm not going to say because then it could localize.
We're powered by intelligence.com. We currently have a few openings. Toothpaste.
Yeah. Colgate, cocaine.
So you need
keep going, stay happy.
So this is more a policy issue. It's not a security issue.
Right.
If you see them,
acknowledge it.
What's the policy? Do we try to stop them or do we just walk away?
So I mean, you'd walk away. Would you take any action, or you just see no evil, hear no evil?
It depends on the company. So I mean, if it's a country, most companies are best to just walk away.
Okay.
Don't look at what the company's doing.
Don't engage.
Don't engage because you're going to lose. If it's another company, it may be you throw up all the defenses, block them.
Infringing on IP, taking products.
Yeah, but surely you go down the
especially in pharma. You know, if you've come up with a new drug.
I mean, there's billions in IP, right?
Yeah, if you're a Western pharma company with a vaccine, and all of a sudden you see a Chinese company come in, you throw up every defense you've got.
I was about to say,
the Chinese come in and we need a vaccine. That happened.
I think we've been there. I lost about 3 years of my life to that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm surely you'd nip down the sock and have a word with the team and go, throw up every pissing defense we've got, turn on all the lights and throw off all the switches, right? As opposed to going
unplug the cable.
Or network isolation, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
We've had the month. Yeah,
you flip the Goldilocks
because you can't hack air. One of my favourite phrases. So you literally go down and pull the plug.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an advocate of Goldilocks for obvious reasons. We had
but we've gone. I mean, you've got your Goldilocks, and we've gone from one end from. Your kitty skitties, your terry-doos.
Yeah.
But the most common is your employee, your normal Joe Blogg. So
who's trying to do their job? So therefore, network isolation is not an option.
So how do you train people on that or prevent that happening in the work? Because it's the most common hack, I suppose, isn't it?
This is the least intuitive.
Right.
To stop
because
the most successful hacker, which is your own employees, make security simple.
Of course.
Yeah. No, because if I'm getting logged out every 5 minutes and I have to re-log in and I've got to
I've got a Citrix session that logs me out every 10 minutes because that's the policy in place. Yeah. It's annoying.
But every company spends literally millions trying to make security and training easy, and I don't know.
But security,
I don't think it's that hard.
Security shouldn't be an end user's responsibility.
No, of course it should be invisible. It should be invisible.
I log in, do my job, I leave.
Yeah. It should be reasonable. If I have to swipe my fingerprint, once or twice a day, that's no problem. Nobody will try to bypass that. If I'm doing it every 10 minutes and I'm getting a code on my phone and I will bypass it.
But we've done end user support. Most of our people in our IT career spend time helping the end user, right? And you say you got to change your password and it's got to be 6 characters, and they'll stand having a tantrum with you saying, but that's not, password doesn't have, it has 8 characters, but they will tell you and say, I'm too busy for this shit. Whereas
if it's 6 characters, that's reasonable. I'm up to 16 characters.
Well, I'm off home.
I'm 16 characters.
I'm actually at 25, but that's a password manager generated. So.
And it's still
boobies. 1.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
They come in pairs.
Actually,
I know you're in IT, you don't know this, but they come in pairs.
There are script kiddies who, when they seize stolen credentials from the dark web, have been known to add a numerical integer to the end or increment. If it has a numerical number at the end and it's 5, they know pretty damn good possibility a variation of that password. If the first one doesn't work, is to add 6.
Because what a lot of people do, I'm not saying I do, you take your home address.
Or your dog's name.
And then when you go for a new password, you put your number +1, then plus 1, 2. So you just keep going every iteration, don't you? That is not a trick.
Please don't do that.
I am ethical in everything I do.
Absolutely. By the way, I'm a massive advocate of a password manager, but my mother won't use it.
Well, I had fun. I was working in one department as the red team, and I went and got a dictionary, a hacker's dictionary. This is... password.
Not for dictionary.
No, I was going to say
the Bank of England's number.
So there are hacker dictionaries. So when you put in your password, it's encrypted.
Yeah,
right.
And the encryption method is known. It's MD5, AES.
Or AES. Yeah.
So what they do is they create dictionaries pre-hashed. So so you have all the hashes, so you can scan and do exhaustive searches quicker.
So you can reverse. You can decrypt.
So they have the hash, and then so if my password is 123, they have the hash
for that.
Yeah.
So all the
the
top 10 passwords, which are published every year, password 1, Tuesday, all that kind of stuff. They have hashes for that.
Hashes for it.
I mean, there's also a technique called salting, which is an engineering, an encryption method that you'll never get back.
Salts are, given the power of processor, salts really don't work.
No, they don't work anymore.
They're too.
I mean,
they don't
percolate
enough.
I mean, the audience will remember when we had Ward on last time.
Yeah,
supercomputing.
Passwords don't stand up at all.
If you can see someone wearing hot underpants near the Pentagon. Forget your hashing,
right? So
from the moon.
Which is with the capability of supercomputing, any password can be reverse engineered in minutes and seconds, if not instantly.
Well past the 16 characters.
Right.
Point.
Up to 16 characters?
Well past.
Like to what?
Well, at
17.
We're cracking on here.
Yeah.
Up to 16 characters, people can generally handle that. It's annoying, but generally up to 16. You go past that, it's too many.
So they stop using it.
They'll just stop. They'll refuse.
What is it? And it might be ugly. We know this. What is a password length that supercomputing can't get past in any reasonable amount of crunching?
They're well past 256 characters for supercomputer level.
Yeah, and if you're a hacker and you can be bothered typing that out,
you
need another job. Extelligence.com.
I mean, you look at the token lengths now. Tokens are
effectively
a password. They're
You're not going to have a 256 character password because you'll be there for a week trying to log in.
Yeah, and occasionally you get the security where, use an alternate method, and it's like, type this in. Oh, for the love of God.
Absolutely. or use biometrics or a fingerprint or a pin. Well, pins are device specific. So passwords are pretty much useless, particularly on their own. But you need a second and third factor, which is of course
you have to have
at
least second two-factor authentication now. Passwords just simply can be cracked by even these laptops are now.
They have the grunt to crunch them. Yeah, exactly. So there you go, folks. If you're using a password only, a podcast advisory, then you're likely ill prepared for cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So.
And what you were saying, the key to preventing hacking is to simplify the means of security. And what does for the viewers? What does that? What's your view on ideology?
How do you keep it simple?
If you've implemented two-factor authentication correctly, stop with the 16-character password. Pull it back to 8 because it's just a PIN code now.
Yes,
it's no longer a password; it's a PIN code.
Yeah.
And you have your second factor, which is either a message on your phone,
authenticator, whatever,
fingerprint scan, whatever. So keep it simple. The timeouts for 10 minutes, I will bypass that. I will put a heart.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, even Mouse Jiggler doesn't stop it.
Yeah, your
session literally.
Your session's limited, or your idle time's limited?
It's limited, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because
10 minutes on my cloud session.
And the reason for that is state-level hackers and hacking groups can hijack your sessions.
Right.
But internal employees already have the session, and they're going to manipulate.
The session's open. I've opened it. I want it longer.
Yeah.
For working purposes, and as you said, for a ground-level hacker, I am bored of that.
Yeah.
How can I override it so I can just do my normal day job without thinking of state hacking? Deep dive hacking. It's just I want to carry on.
Yeah, because I'll write a script that'll refresh my token all the time. And
actually,
by the way, the hacker can now use my script to refresh my token and keep alive.
Yeah.
So that doesn't. So the token's not invalidated. Therefore, they've got.
I mean, you understand closing the session after 10 minutes is to stop that.
Of course.
But your bored individual wants to get around. Me personally, that is so annoying. Because I'll be on another desktop, I'm working away, I'm in a call for an hour.
Then you spin right.
Well, I can't go to my second desktop because it's timed out, but I'm presenting on this, so I've got to refresh my session again. Password in, 2FA, etc. Right, send me that script.
And this is what weakens your security the most, is your internal employees bypassing security. So
but do employees have the capability to do that?
Your IT staff definitely can.
I know they don't.
Kenny,
super quick. Absolutely. And many from finance, if sort me out and all that kind of stuff.
You don't know. In finance, you might have
of
this
course,
really good IT guy that you just don't know.
So what you're saying is that there are super user type skills available where they would pose some security risk, and you need a good policy and posture around it's usable. Yeah. That doesn't invite bypassing or people researching bypassing.
Yeah.
Right?
So Kenny, I think you should, because we're coming close. Unfortunately, when it's mega interesting, they all are. Ring the bell and subscribe. Absolutely. But it just is. I mean, it's something that I don't talk about every day. I mean, you get involved in it. Yeah. But Kenny, you do a good round robin of a good and a bad example of.
So a good and we always going to recently decided a good and a bad. So a kind of bad thing for the future. What's coming that's shit.
That's going to affect this line
that affects attack vectors and all those hacker guys.
Being that I'm on red team, AI is going to be
really helpful,
but not the way you think.
Okay.
Because they're going to implement AI on the defensives, and they're going to try to do more active defense. So the AI will try to defend and adapt against the hackers.
Okay. But on the other side, you're going to be using AI to counter-attack.
Yeah, but surely the scripting buddies will be using AI.
Well, the scripting buddies...
scripting kiddies, sorry.
They'll have fun with this. But it's the hacking groups and the experienced hackers who are going to have the most fun. Because with AIs, they adapt and they learn. Well, the hackers feed them the information that adapts.
Same as all AI. You need to feed it.
Any AI learns. They're feeding it.
You make the AI do all the hacking for you. You teach it how to hack for you.
Hacking on steroids.
It's supposed to be defending, and then it's all of a sudden, I need to defend here, leaving a gap here.
And then which is on the reverse side. We're teaching defense or teaching security methods to learn to battle that. So basically, it's just heating up.
Because the funniest thing is, a while ago, Microsoft released their AI engine and let everybody play with it.
Yeah.
What did the internet do? They immediately made it racist and
horrible. Woke AI.
Woke AI.
Yeah,
woke GPT.
Yeah, that's basically gaming AI. This is gaming theory applied to AI. You can do the exact same to the security systems that use AI. You train it to either look elsewhere or you train it to do the attacking for you.
Which if you've got a state hack, you see it coming.
Yeah, they've got the funding to create these farms of all sorts of God knows what.
It's basically just creating technology to fight more technology to get.
It's a never-ending circle.
So we've gone from simple to we need to make it more. Now we get technical to fight the simplicity.
We go from simple to now it's on steroids.
And for hacking, the best thing is a complex system, because there's always holes, there's always chinks, and there's always the ability to knock over the whole thing. You pull out one little Lego brick and the whole thing collapses.
He looks like he's excited by this.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Fun for who?
What's that? Is it Jenga? That game where you pull it and you go,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if you have Jenga defense, all I have to do is knock out one.
So basically, you just want a shit concrete wall and go, come on.
Well, exactly.
And a spear.
Because by far the best start, and we called it the just the curb or the defense, is just a very simple firewall that has almost no holes in it.
Yeah,
that stops all the script kiddies. It'll frustrate all the other guys.
With no holes in it drops all traffic. Right, that's pretty much. It drops everything except what you allow. Yeah,
it's an air gap.
Yeah.
It's an air gap. So for the audience out there, if you're interested in this topic, which I'm mega ram, but I'm sat here with the man himself.
Yeah.
Anything to do with hacking, ethical hacking, red teams, blue teams, the Ward's outlook on all of this, please put your comments in the box. I'm genuinely
give us the debate,
fascinated, and we're getting back.
We will, and then of course we have to end on a high note because we're fun people.
That means we have to talk like this.
Helium voices. So what's good that's coming that we can relax about and be happy? Fuck.
And on that note, thank you very much for joining the show. We can't give all the information away. We're powered by extelligence.com. If you want to speak to us, it's info at or email at info@matterspodcast.com. It's in the box. I don't need to tell you. Exactly. It's thank you to Ward. Thank you again, sir. It's a pleasure.
We always have a good time. Exactly.
And it's good night from everybody. We'll see you soon. We are going on a summer break.
A little hiatus for a few months because we must,
But we're going to throw a few goodies in for you along the way. Again, if we are looking for, Excellence is looking for a data analyst and a Windows server engineer. If you know anyone, you are one. In the box below, get in touch with us. Thank you all so much.
And have a great summer, and we'll see you for Series 2.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.